Alright, finally we got the Glock 44 22 long rifle. You finally can shoot 22 out of a Glock without buying a $300 slide and magazine conversion kit. I never bought one of those. I hated them. They made the gun look stupid, and I don't know how they function because I'd never had one, never shot one. I was waiting for Glock to make a 22. I love 22 pistols. There's some good, some bad, and some okay with it, for me anyway. I bought this gun 2 days ago. I was at the gun rally in Virginia, and my local gun store called me and told me they had it in, so I left straight from the gun rally, went and picked it up, drove straight out to shoot it before even going home. So I got some footage of the first shots and what all happened and everything, but my cameraman, it was like 30 degrees that day, so it's a little shaky a little bit, but you can see it's not bad. You can see more or less everything I'm talking about. And I didn't go home to get the tripod. I probably should have, but anyway, let me tell you everything about this. It is clear. Everything's good there. It comes with 2 magazines. These magazines take up all this real estate. And it's just like the Glock 43X. Low capacity, 10 round magazines. You see 10 round magazines in all the 22s. I was hoping with these big magazines they would come 15, 17 rounds. That would have just been great, but 10 rounds. It's depressing because this gun holds 10 rounds. This gun holds 10 rounds. I hate that. Look at that. This gun's clear too. But look at that. 10 rounds in each one of those. Now that view right there. 10 rounds in each one. So Glock could have made a better one. I'm hoping maybe Shield Arms or someone will make a higher capacity magazine like they did for the 43X. But 10 rounds, I mean, is the most common magazine for a 22, so it's okay, but you would just think this big block would hold more. So I'm going to show you how to take it apart. It's just like the Glock 19, almost exactly. I'll show you one of my favorite parts. If you have a Glock 19, this is a trainer gun. This gun is made for you to go out and train. And it'll fit in your holster, everything. It's just same size frame, everything is the Glock 19. So you can shoot it a lot cheaper, which 9mm isn't that expensive, especially when you load your own, but it's made to be a trainer. This gun's extremely accurate. I was shooting 20-30 yards at an 8-inch plate and no problem. I'm not even that accurate with my 19, I believe, because I'm anticipating the recoil. I'm not big on 22 trainers, the model after the original gun, just because you can't get the recoil and all that. It's just not my thing. And I'm more of a plinker, or just go out shoot for bullshit and fun, all that. So regardless, I'm going to get the gun. I have every Glock made. So when Glock said this, I mean, I didn't want to pay $500 for it. I know the Glock store had them on pre-order for $4.99. I would have paid it, but I didn't want to. My local gun store, I got this for $3.85 out the door after tax. But let's get into it. It's just like any other Glock. So I'm going to go through it quick. If you have any questions, you can comment and I can help you, which it's not hard. It's clear. And the good thing about this gun is a 22, you can dry fire it. You're not going to hurt it. You can't dry fire other guns like that. And I'll show you. You pull your tabs down, release the slide. Looks exactly like it. You're going to hear me say it's a lot like it. You're going to hear that a lot in this video because it is. Now, most 22s, when you take apart, you have to pull the slide back and then pry it up and then pull it off. and your barrel is made onto your frame. I hate that. This is an M&P 22. I'm going to do a video on this gun. This is one of the hardest guns I have to take apart. But that's a different video. But let me show you. This is how this has most 22s come apart. You have to pull it back and up, and then the slide comes off. You see that barrel? That just drives me crazy. I hate that. I hate it. And then you got your recoil in there, which is fine, but I hate that. It just drives me crazy. It doesn't look right. I mean, and that's pretty much it. I don't know. My Walther 22s like that. Most of them are like that. This one is just like the 19 or any other Glock. You got your recoil spring and your barrel is separate. They made this little ass 22 barrel separate. I love that. God, I love that. And everything else. I mean, the underneath of the slide is metal. It's infused with poly. You can see the top here. See the line where the metal starts, and the top is poly. This is poly all the way around. Your metal starts right here, comes all the way back to here, and then all underneath is metal. Your extractor comes out, firing pin comes out same way. You got your plastic that you got to hold down. Keep your thumb there because it's got the spring just like everything else. Striker pulls out. Extractor spring pulls out just like a Glock. Extractor, you push the safety plunger in and it falls out. And you can turn it over. This thing's a little aggravating to get out. I noticed it before. Oh, there it fell out now. Okay. But it's shaped a weird way. Get it where you see it. And the hole in the slide is shaped. It's like a puzzle. Just put it in the same shape like it is there. Trying to get the light right. But yeah, slides apart. Just like a 19. You got your frame pins. Now this, you can see right here is an ambidextrous slide lock release. So right in here is the back of it. There's a spring there. So to get that pin out, it's easy to manipulate it a little bit. If you apply some pressure, you can even push it right here and it just comes right out. Your safety block or firing block, whatever, it's a lot smaller and it's poly. It's not metal like the other ones, which this is just a 22. And your ambidextrous slide lock release just pops out. Now your firing or your trigger assembly, it's even got the trigger bar and the trigger, same. I like this. It's got the trigger bar connector. I wonder if they'll make a ghost bar for the 22. I haven't looked yet. They might not. I mean, it's a 22, still the same, but it's, I mean, I haven't pulled an assembly out of another small frame Glock, but it's the same. So going back together now, you gotta get it in there under that lip, get it through there, and it's in. The only thing you want to make sure is under that lip right there, and in that hole. And then on your ledge, this is your actual trigger. When you fire it, pops off that ledge, which I did a video on the 43X. It's the same thing. So I'm gonna go through this kind of quick. It slides down in there. Can only go one way. Hole's clear. We'll put our rear pin in. I'll hold it sideways to get it flush. Like that. Maybe I can zoom in some. Alright, there we go. ambidextrous, just sits in where it's supposed to go. It falls right in. Locking block, it's got one hole. The hole needs to go down. That's it. Now you can put your pin in. Same thing going in, you might have to manipulate your slide lock release. You'll hear it click. There it is. And you can give it a little pressure and see it won't move. She's in there. Make sure you got your tension. Everything's good. Same. Now the slide. We're going to put the extractor in first. You have to take the safety plunger. You can see the shape. And the shape, you want to make sure this spring stays straight, so do it kind of sideways so you can see that that spring is straight in there. And after you get it in, you can push it. Make sure it's got tension. And you can see when you push it, the gap that it opens up right there. That's where your extractor sits in. Drop it in, release the plunger real slow. She's in there. Extractor spring, you want the black T-tent to the back. The little hole goes in, firing pin. Even the cups are the same. Right, you want the firing pin to go in. Now it's time for the back plate. Same way, get it started. And get you something and hold down on the back shoe here. Make sure you hold it good. If you slip, it'll spring out. Push it in. While you're pushing the back plate up, it stops it. Now it's stopped on that detent. Push it in. Boom. It's in. Make sure it's good. Make sure you can't slide it off. She's in there. Barrel goes in just like any other Glock. Well, it's got these grooves. It's not the same. Okay, yeah. It's got these grooves that it fits in the slide right here. Let me see if I can get you on there. I need some light higher up. Right here. So it won't pull straight out. You just put it in, push it, slide it back. Once it's back there, if you try to push it out like that, it won't. It's in those grooves on the barrel. So you have to slide it forward to get it out, which ain't a big difference. Even the recoil spring looks the same. Of course, it's a lot weaker. It's a 22. Goes in like that. And then slides on. Dry firing a 22. You don't do that too often. That's it. The end is beveled for quick mag changes. When I shot it, I was switching mags, dropping mags. I had no problem with the mag dropping out at all. I could do quick mag changes and all that. Alright, let me show you these clips from where I shot it, and then I'll come back and tell you and show you that. Alright, the first shot's with the Glock 44. Alright, let's see how that goes. What the hell? That's not good. I'll grab another mag. It might just have to be broke in. Alright, second mag. Yeah, that's just because it's new, it needs to be broke in. Alright, the Glock 44, 22. This is the Winchester 555 round box. This is 20 rounds. 19 rounds. That's a light primer strike on that one. So I've had 2 failure to feeds, 1 light primer strike. I've only got 40 rounds through this gun, so can't really judge it yet, but I'm gonna put some more through it. Let's try 20 more rounds. The gun's accurate, it's real nice. The feed ramp might need to be polished. It's jamming up there each time. It's pushing the bullet down in the magazine. It's hitting on that tab there. I don't know if that's, yeah. I don't know if that's going to be a constant problem, or, and I don't know what that tab's for, if I can file it down. It won't go past it. Maybe it's the ammo. Alright, let's try it now. That one goes up like that. Alright, this one loaded. It could be the ammo. See what it did to that ammo? Alright. Got a failure to extract. It's give or take. Need to put a lot through it to see how it's going to go. She's good. So the one where I kept releasing and it kept beating. This is it. Look what it did to that bullet. Almost took the head off. It's real loose. It almost took it off, but it's like at an angle. That's how it kept doing. And some of those malfunctions could have been the ammo too, you know. It's not just, I don't know yet. I haven't shot it enough. I plan on making a follow-up review on this because I'm going to polish the feed ramp and a few other things. Then I'm going to take it out and put some rounds through it. Usually when I get a gun, I put 400 rounds through it first day. No problem. Just sit there and just mag dump. But this day, like I said, I was on my way home from Virginia at the gun rally, and I hadn't even been home yet, so I was kind of in a rush. I shouldn't have done it, but... And then here's another one. Let's see. You can see how it smashed the tip on that. It smashed it pretty good. And it's angled too. What I noticed is the lip on these magazines. If you ever shot a high point, the ammo in a high point is angled down. I hate that about a high point. And one of these mags did it and the other one didn't. So I'm going to go further into detail with that when I do the follow-up. But they were catching on this tab here. When I would try to release the slide, sometimes the bullet would hit there. And that one was, the angled one here, it was smashing on the feed ramp. It wouldn't kick up into the barrel. And there's my light primer strike. Which, looking at it, it's really not that deep, so it is light. And then these are just some more that got smashed on the feed ramp. And you see that one's got a flat spot. And those are from the feed ramp. And there's the feed ramp. I'm thinking if I polish it, I won't have any problems. Which it is a new gun, never been fired. The spring needs a break in. I mean, I need to really break it in for I can actually review it. So I'm gonna do that. So I don't want to judge it on just that. And that's typical 22 problems. You're not gonna get a 22 and it run flawlessly, which this Ruger so far has from the first shot. And I've dumped some ammo through it. I like this little gun. I keep it on my ankles sometimes. But I'm biased towards Glock. I love Glock. I got Glock tattoos. I have every Glock made. I'll buy every Glock that comes out. So I really want this to be a good gun. And it's disappointing I had the malfunctions at the beginning. But I'm not counting it against it yet. I'm nowhere near done with this gun.